This is the drawing midterm exam study guide, and basically I'm going to go down the list. You should have a piece of paper with all of the questions on it. I'm going to ask the question and then give you the answer. All right, so you need to be writing all of this down. You can push pause and push play. You can slow down the video or speed up the video, however you want to do it. Turning in this study guide complete will get you a 4 in the grade book, or get you a complete grade in the grade book, and that will help your grade out tremendously. So 4 for doing it, an A for doing it, or a 0 for not doing it. So here we go. What is a sketchbook? Sketchbook is a plain paper, book of plain paper for making preparatory drawings in. Why is the sketchbook important? Not because Mr. Brown says it is, but to plan, remember, record, practice, make mistakes, and it saves you money. What are 4 different types of lines pertaining to drawing? Confident lines, structural lines, light layout lines, and finished lines. What is graphite? It's a soft black mineral substance available in powder, stick, and other forms. What is overlapping? It is an object that is positioned with its edge over another to create depth in a drawing. In what order are the types of lines drawn? First your layout lines, then your structural lines, and then your finished lines. What is leaving the picture plane or going off the edge? It's a compositional technique that gives the appearance that there is more outside the viewer's sight, outside the picture frame. What is the drawing material in a pencil made of? Graphite and clay. What is space when you're talking about art? What is space in regards to art? Space is an element of art that can have opened or closed areas that has height, width, and depth, and can be positive or negative. What is positive space? Positive space is the area taken up by an object. What is negative space? Negative space is the area around the object where nothing is. What is shading? Shading is depicting depth perception in 3D models or illustrations by varying the levels of darkness. What is journaling? Journaling is a method of clearing the mind of other distractions to prepare for drawing, remembering current events, and leaving your mark on the world. Why is journaling important? For the same reason. It clears the mind, it gives you a more distinct picture of the past, and it proves you were here, and it proves that you were here when you're dead and gone. What are elements of art? The elements of art are the basic, most fundamental parts of a work of art: line, color, shape, space, texture, value, and form. What are 4 simple geometric 3D forms? Cube, sphere, cone, and cylinder. What does geometric mean? Geometric means it appears to be man-made because it conforms to the laws and methods of geometry. What is value as it pertains to art? It is the relative degree of lightness or darkness of an area. What is a light source? A light source is the position the light seems to come from in a work of art, or the place light does come from in the subject matter. What are 3 basic areas of shading? What are 3 basic areas or types of shading? Highlight, shadow, and cast shadow. Which of the areas of shading is not shaded at all? Highlight. Which of the areas is found on the opposite side of the form from the light source? Shadow. Which of the areas of shading is on the surface the form is resting on, on or near opposite of the form? That would be the cast shadow. What does it mean to visualize? It means to form a mental image of, or to imagine. What is a value scale? A value scale is a chart depicting a range of values from light to dark or black to white through various grays. What is value gradation? Value gradation is the subtle transition from one value to another. What is an ebony pencil? It's a type of pencil made from graphite, carbon, and clay and capable of achieving darker blacks than a normal pencil. What is the difference in graphite and ebony pencils? Carbon makes ebony pencils blacker and doesn't mix well with graphite. What are the three advanced areas of shading? The advanced areas of shading are core shadows, reflected light, and negative space. What is the darkest area of the shadow on a form? The core shadow. What is the lighter area of the shadow, usually between the core shadow of the form and another surface? Reflected light. What area is usually the darkest area of the drawing and makes the form pop out? That would be the negative space. What does organic mean? Organic means that it is appearing to be irregular. It's in art, it's shapes or forms that are irregular. What is the look, hold, draw method? The look, hold, draw method is a method for drawing where you look at a small area of what you're drawing, hold it in your memory, and draw it on your paper, and then repeat. What is a photo reference? A photograph of the object or objects to be drawn, painted, or sculpted. What is the grid enlargement method for drawing? The grid enlargement method for drawing is a method of enlarging an image that involves redrawing an image behind a grid of one size that is 1-for-1 to a larger surface with a larger grid. What is background? Background is the area that is furthest away from the viewer in the back of the picture. What is the middle ground? The middle ground is the area between the foreground and the background. What is the foreground? The area that seems closest and in front of most objects in the picture. What is charcoal? Charcoal is carbonized wood made by charring willow, vine, or other twigs in airtight containers. What is the difference between charcoal and graphite? Charcoal is charred wood, and graphite is a mineral found occurring naturally in the ground. What is a tortillon? A tortillon is a paper stick for blending pencil or chalk so that oils from your skin are not introduced into the paper. What is a drawing mannequin? A drawing mannequin is a prop, usually of a human figure, used as a reference in art. How many marks should you make per line when measuring to make a grid or border? 2, and only 2. What is the difference between drawing paper and other types of paper? Drawing paper is specially prepared for use in drafting or drawing. It usually has a slightly raised fiber called tooth. What does it mean to laminate? To laminate is to glue 2 sheets of material together in such a way that they do not easily become separated. What is the sticker method or lamination method? When adhesive is spread across the entire surface of the back of the material to create a sticker-like effect. What is composition as it pertains to art? Composition is how the elements of art and principles of design are arranged in a work of art. What are the 3 stages of composition? Focal element, structure, and balance. What is the focal element in regards to a visual composition? Focal element is the dominant point of interest, the emphasis. What is the structure in regards to a visual composition? A structure is any rule used to organize the composition. What is balance in regards to visual composition? Balance is the way the visual weight is distributed in the work of art. What are two basic techniques for shading with ink? Hatching and cross-hatching. What is a method of laying down lines parallel to one another in order to create shadow? Hatching. What is a method of laying down lines that crisscross in order to create shadow? Cross-hatching. What is a wash? A wash is a layer of paint, usually with lots of water when it is applied. What is a hard edge? A hard edge is a border between two areas that is clearly defined. What is a soft edge? A soft edge is when there is a gradual change from light to dark or from one color to another between two shapes or on a form, often indicating a curved surface. So that is the whole test. There's only 58 questions. You will be tested on half of those. Which half? I don't know. Study them all. Good luck to you, and thanks for watching.